In today's video, I'm showing off online matchmaking in Godot without a dedicated server using EOS. Now, EOS is Epic Online Services, which is a completely free-to-use tool developed by Epic Games for multiplayer connections. And the game I'm showing this off for is Fight Poker, which is a 1v1 online poker game I have been working on. So to show it off in action, I will go play standard, and we'll get this waiting and then successful login in the bottom of the screen. And then from here, it's going to try again, and eventually it will make a game. And once it makes a game, it will go to waiting for players. And once I'm at this screen, if I connect on my other computer here, and anyone around the world could do this, it will go through the same process there, but it will say player connected. And once we are in, regular Godot multiplayer works normally, so I can place a card, and then it places the card on my screen and passes to my opponent. All right, so hopping into the code, I'm first going to explain how the code works very basically, go through a bunch of the changes and bugs I found, which will help improve yours, and then at the end explain step by step how to do this and link a video that will help you with that. So the first thing, this is the code. This allows us to interface with Epic Online Services and the library for Godot. And what this will do is let us connect to Epic Games temporary servers, which will allow punch through so that one client can connect to another client around the world. And the way this works is in our ready code on this EOS login. If we have not already set up EOS, which is this Boolean in this file here, we will go through these functions here, which create a platform initialization option and give it a product name, ID, product ID, sandbox ID, deployment ID, client secret, and encryption key. And all these values are stored in here, and all these values come from Epic Games website. And then once we do that, we set up the EOS platform, also set up logging, and connect peer.peer connected and peer.peer disconnected to their own functions, and then wait for login anonymous async. Once we do that, or if the EOS login had already been set up on this run of the game, then we call find match. And I'll talk about this in a second. Then once we're in, we have two sets of code, a create lobby code and a search lobbies code. So what the create lobby code does is it creates a lobby on EOS's server, and it allows anyone to join into it. And once they join into it, they will be able to create a game. And once a game is created, Godot's regular RPC system and multiplayer connections all work. So that is what this code does here. I'll talk about this part later. And then the search lobbies code does something simpler, where it searches by bucket ID async for all games with this ID, which is all of them created because we pass it into all of them. And if it finds one, it will try to join the lobby, set its own create peer.create client, and then display found lobby. And once peer connected happens, on peer connected, then we call the start game function. And what start game does is it creates a game instance, which is our GameSteed.instantiate. We set a few values for is server and player name, and then we add it to this scene. And once you're at this point, any regular multiplayer Godot code will work normally. And if you want to see an example of that, I'll talk about it at the very end. Now for all the changes, if you've already seen this stuff before, or if you found these bugs, I'm going over how I got that exact process to work. So the first thing is I set up automatic matchmaking. Now the way this works is it's that find match code I have over here. And what it does is it will display successful login. It will wait a second, and then it'll try searching for a lobby. And if it doesn't find one, it'll try again, and it will search a second time. And if both of these return false, then we will call the create lobby code instead. And remember, if search lobbies returns true, that means it does all the join lobby code. So what this does is it gives us one function instead of having a create and join button, and it just allows us to call find match, and they'll either create their own game or join an already existing game. Because before, I had it where there was two buttons and you had to pick one, and then the other one wouldn't work until you pushed it. Next thing I did was this lock lobby code, which if you don't lock the lobbies, it means that a third person can jump into another game that's already created and kick another person. And the way lock lobby works is it's pretty simple, is if you are the server and you've made a local lobby, You set the permission level equal to invite only, which means it's private. Then you create the success variable, which awaits the update of that. And if it's successful, it'll print lobby locked. Otherwise, it'll say failed lock lobby. And if you don't do this, then people will join mid-match and kick players already in the game. And this code is called from onPeer connected right here. Some other bug I fixed was this exit game cleanup code. So that is up here. And exit game right here, which we call directly from exit tree. And there's some other places in the code where we call it, where if we push back or something, and if we're a peer, we close the peer. If multiplayer.multiplayer peer still exists, we set it to null. If we're the server and we have a local lobby, then we destroy the lobby, and we call that async to the EOS server. Otherwise, if we still have a connection to local lobby, we just leave. And this code makes so that once the game is over, or you leave the game, you can actually join and start looking for a new game. Something else I also did, which was less of a bug fix, but just of a quality of life, was this timer for a bot game. So on this timer timeout, which is a 30-second timer that starts once the game is created, it will say canvas layer.temp is visible, which is this right here. And it'll say couldn't find a match because no one else is online at the moment. Do you wish to play against a bot? And then this button here will call the exit game and direct you to a bot game. And this is something I realized more in playtesting rather than a bug, but if no two people were on a line at the same time and someone was just waiting in queue, it wouldn't kick people, but now it does, and it just sends them to a bot game. So no matter what, you can still play. And finally, there was just some like UI and sound cleanups that I did from the original version, which was just a gray screen with the regular buttons. And it's not in the code, but it's just all this stuff over here. Now, those are all the bugs I fixed with the system, but if you want the full step-by-step guide, I promised a video on it. So if you click on this video here, it will be a 11-minute video on a step-by-step guide on how to set up everything from the Epic Games console to the project Indigo and all the code. And until next time, see ya.